I'm live here from Gloucester. Once again, I'm ready to take over this session, and it's quite an exciting week here because we've got this competition going on. And today we have yet another interesting question, which I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to see what you all come up with. So the question for today is, should children obey their parents' orders or not? But first of all, I'd like you to start by introducing yourselves and telling us what you did today. So let's start off with Ankita. Hi, Ankita.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, Ankita.
Am I audible? Hi, ma'am.
Yes, you're audible. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am.
Fantastic.
May I start introducing myself?
Yes, absolutely.
Good evening, ma'am. I am Ankita Bhatia. I belong to Ludhiana, Punjab. Currently, I am pursuing BE in Thapa University, but Ludhiana itself. I am a very hardworking girl. Talking about this, I love to dance and listen songs. And my
Okay. And why do you become very emotional?
ma'am, sometimes like I am so crying sometimes, but I'm just working than before.
Okay. Okay. And how are you coping with it? How are you handling it?
Ma'am, I have started doing meditation, which helps me to focus on my goals, which actually it was previously.
Okay, very good. And so what did you do today? How did you
Uh,
start off your day?
yes, ma'am, I get up 7 in the morning. I had workout for 30 minutes. After that, I had a cup of milk and I sat for online classes which started at 8 in the morning and which went till 5:10 in the evening. After that, I took rest for some time, and after that, when I woke up, then it was my snacks time. I had some of the snacks, and then I had a meeting with my classmates for a project submission. So we discussed about that in the meeting, and now I am sitting in front of you for this meeting.
Okay, very good. And what project meeting is it? What are you, well, if you
Actually,
can
ma'am,
share.
yes, actually, ma'am, we are having a subject business communication. In that, we are a group of 6 students, and we are currently working on the project safety drive. So we have made an Instagram page for that, and which has to be evaluated. So we have to post different things. We have to post different story items on that. So what to post next? We all had a discussion on that, like which post will go now or which story we will sharing with all our followers. So that's why.
Okay, very good. And on to today's questions. So should children obey their parents' orders? And if they are going to obey their parents' orders, to what degree should they obey them?
Ma'am, can you repeat last line to what?
So should children obey parents' orders? And if they are going to obey the orders, if you say yes, they should, to what degree should they obey the orders? To what amount?
Ma'am, I believe that next to God are our parents only. So, what our parents tell us, it's only for our benefit. So, we must obey our parents because they have experienced much more than what we have experienced. So they have experienced a lot things in our life which we have not. So they know more than us. And if our parents stop us from doing something, it means it is actually for our benefit. But sometimes children do not obey our parents. Sometimes what happens that they do not agree with their parents. So
Mhm.
um, children children should uh, convey their feelings with their parents, that why aren't they listening to them, or what is the reason behind that, why parents are not supporting their children in one particular thing, or why they are stopping their child to do that particular thing. So I believe
Okay.
that uh, children must obey their parents, because it's only for our benefit that parents are stopping us from doing anything, because they know much more than what we know. And sometimes also I also sometimes did not agree with my parents, because I feel that uh, why I should do, because I want to do this, so I want to do. But sometimes it's a fault on our part that we do not listen to our parents. So I think that uh, it's very wrong on our part. We should must listen to them at least once, why they are doing this for us.
Okay. But what if your parents now, if their orders are not, what if their orders are not good for you? Then should you listen? Let's say, not your parents in particular, but let's say your parents are, I don't know, criminals and are asking you to go and steal from your neighbor. Should you then listen to their orders? And should you feel
Uh,
bad about not listening to their orders?
Ma'am, my parents are criminals, you said. Uh,
I'm not saying yours, okay? I'm giving you an
okay,
example.
okay.
Don't be
Matlab, as an
offended.
example, you
As
said
an
this that
example, yes. Imagine your parents tell you to do criminal things. Tell you to go and steal from the neighbor, or go and break the car outside, or go and steal from the shop, or do drugs, for example. Um, I mean, those are orders from parents. So should a child obey?
yes, uh, ma'am. I think that at particular point we are mature enough that what we should do or what we should not. So if my parents are uh, saying me or means जबरदस्ती कर रहे हैं अगर, means they are saying me to do a particular thing which is not good for the society, which is not good for me. So rather than following that particular thing, I should stop, or convey the I should convey them that this is not right for me as well as society. I should tell them that the thing which you are asking me to do is not appropriate. So for that particular thing which I know that it is not good, so I will not do that. Rather, my parents are saying it to do.
Okay, and you
Because
wouldn't feel,
yes,
yes, carry on,
because I
carry on.
am mature enough to know that what is good for me and what is not.
Okay, very good. It's an important point that Ankita mentioned here because it's something else that I can, pick up on. It's the case of maturity, because you've mentioned now maturity. You are mature enough, but a 6-year-old might know what's good and bad, but might be confused with because he's not mature enough and because he has no control. So very good, Ankita. I'll move on to Amrutanshu. Hi, Amrutanshu. How are you?
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure.
Introduce yourself to everyone.
Yeah, yet again, hello, everyone. And this is Amrutanshu Dash. I'm pursuing BTech in Computer Science Engineering from Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. And for you, India, obviously. Okay. All right. So, uh, telling about myself, I'm technically intermediate. Apart from that, I'll just cut short it in a point like I am quite interested in music, psychology, philosophy, anthropology, activism,
Okay.
debate, liberty. Apart from that, yeah, non-dogmatism and behavioral thinking, and a full stop to that.
Okay. And how did you spend your day?
All right, my day. Yeah, today we had our exams, so it was like I woke up a bit early and I didn't do my um, regular things like a bit more amount of meditation for a lot more amount of time. So I didn't do that. I just cut it short to around 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, I did
Okay.
that. I completed my errands. Then I got back to study. It means I had to revise some of the stuff. Then I had to settle things. I had to set the whole table for the exams. And then had my breakfast. Did my rituals, means the prayers. Then I got to my exams. I took the exams. It took around 2 hours. So it completed at 12:30. Post that, I was completely okay. I just went into my element. I just went back to watching some normal videos regarding the behavioral aspects or just stuff which I'm interested upon. Apart from that, had a quite good chat with one of my good friends. Once that was done, we were planning for some summer vacation things as to how to particularly categorize things into what we like and how we would like to do that. So this we did some around. It took a long amount of time, around 40 minutes, and my mother doesn't allow me to do so for such a long amount of time. So that's okay. I got quite a bit of scolding for that. That's fine. Fair enough. So after post that, I had my lunch. Then I take a nap for around 45 minutes. Done. Then I got back to some technical stuff today because I didn't specifically like to uh, get back to the whole fact of operating system, which we have our test day after tomorrow. Yes. So I didn't like to read it. So I was going through some of my tech projects. So till now I was going through that.
Okay.
Fine.
Is this a new operating system? Are
No,
you
no.
creating? Oh, okay.
Basically, in our computer science course, we have different subjects. All right, like courses, if you can say that. Yeah. So we are understanding and learning the operating system part of a computer, right? So we had our computer architecture exam today, and in the next exam we have operating system. So that's how it is. So
Understood.
it's fair.
Okay.
So once that was done, I'm here. Just had some coffee and a walk in my yard. Then that's done. Fair enough. So that's how it was.
Okay.
Also spent
Fantastic.
some time in thinking about content, but yes, I need to vocalize on it. Yes, actually, I needed to mention this when you asked regarding how was my day. 5 days before this meeting, means the first day of our meeting, I had thought about reading the book Psychology of Money. All right. And I do not know how, but I did not even vocalize about it. I just thought about it. Okay, this is a good book to read because it just released in December 2020, and I was focused around reading it. But just because of this exam thing, I thought, okay, let the exams complete. And in our first session, you asked what was the importance of money. So that just triggered, and when I answered the whole question, it was like vocalizing the whole thing, and I got a reason as to why I literally need to read that book. So I got hold of that book today and I started reading around 10. That was interesting. All right,
Oh,
full stop to
very
that.
good. Very good. No, that's very good. Very interesting. And how did you do in your exam? Because you've
Yeah,
not told us.
yeah, exam was good, not a problem with that. So uh, it was quite lengthy. Yes, I can say lengthy. It was quite lengthy. Um, it took a lot of time. It took a lot, but it
Okay.
was yes intermediate level.
So
Yeah.
let's see now
Question of the
today's
day.
question of the day. Should children listen to their parents' orders? Should they follow obey their parents' orders?
Okay. Should children listen to their parents' orders? Let's look at this from a very basic aspect. Okay, from a plant. Okay, we plant a seed, right? When we plant a seed, what we need to do? We need to completely groom it, isn't it? We need to have the proper surroundings. We need to have the proper soil quality. We need to have proper nitrogen fixation. Regarding that, we need to have every day watering the plants. What is this? The whole process is nurturing, right? The seed doesn't know how to grow, isn't it? So I would complete this analogy by comparing the seed with a child. Okay, and all the nurturing thing is being done by the gardener. And those gardeners are our parents, right? So if if the seed, uh, particularly if I would say, there is no other chance for a child to not listen to their parents, because that is how he's going to condition himself that okay, this is a life, this is how I should be. All right, take for example, there are different kinds of plants. There are shrubs, there are herbs, and there are all other banyan trees and all other different kinds of trees. And every kind of tree needs a different type of nurturing, right? If I'm not wrong on that, yes or no? Yeah. So let me tell you that if both the parents do not particularly know their job, that okay, I need to condition my child in such a manner, okay, and they won't tell him or her to do so and so. Also, we know about the biological aspect of inheritance, right? I being one in the sense that I have read a bit more about behavioral science. So what I understood from that fact is you have a thought bias. Since you are born from your parents, that means the DNA has been crisscrossed, right? So the way your parents think, the way they have grown up, the way they have carved out their lives to be, somehow, to some extent, that is how they are going to condition you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Another thing, according to the facts that I would tell you, yes, there is there in the Bible, also in the Hindu mythology, that you have to listen to your parents. That means that is a very intrinsic aspect to learn. You need to listen. It's quite simple as that. Another very basic thing, if you want to hear me, if you want to judge me on some basic aspects, then you need to hear to me, right? Since I am telling you on a particular topic, you are assessing me on that. So you need to particularly listen to me. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same with a student or a child, right? That's how I would say that a child should listen to their parents, but up to a particular age. Up to a particular age, what I feel is at 12 years of age, be it a boy or be it a girl, we know that girls have a particular bit of mental maturity as compared to boys. Uh, right, around 2.5 years of age, I feel. They have improved maturity than boys if they are at the same particular age. All right. So according to that, what I feel at 12 years of age, you get that basic understanding of how you have perceived things, right? Your
Mm-hmm.
parent has held your hand and made you learn how to walk, right? Now, once you walk through a particular place, you get to know, okay, this is an obstacle here and I need to get back from it and I need to go in a different manner. So at particular age of 12, you get to know that. Post that, what happens is there is a what I would say, there is a friction phase that even I experienced it. Right, from 12 onwards till 18, there is something like you will have continuous friction with your parents. both in terms of mindset and also in terms of the restrictions that they put on you,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
Okay, the question is, should we listen to them at that point of time, right? Since
Yes.
we as a children, I won't say children because post 12 years of age you are quite a teen, right? So you're a teen from 12 to 18 and post 18 till 2022, all right. So that's a different thing. So post that, what happens is you have a perspective, you have gained an opinions on things. Okay, so what do you want? That I need to be unique, I need to show something that okay, I can think on this and I have an opinion on this, right? So that is the basic aspect as to why we normally oppose our parents on whatever things that they restrict upon or they suggest or advise us to do, right? The thing also, you must have heard of a phenomena that whatever we are told not to do, we are triggered to do that first, right? That's just because of the mental friction or the opinion bias that we have from 12 to 18 onwards. What I would suggest is, at that time, bear up with yourself and your parents. Listen to them, take their aspects, take their perspectives, then think, are they telling anything wrong? If they're telling anything that is completely out of line, in the sense out of road, means you absolutely did not have any idea of it, then I would say take it.
Okay. So it all depends on the maturity and what level you are in your childhood as well. Because when you're a child, you're saying you're like the seed, so you have to listen, and then you grow up and you start making your own ideas, and that's where you think you can deal with taking on your own orders rather than your parents.
Right.
Okay.
Right. One more thing that I would like to add: post 18 years of age, what happened is we joined, means I joined 11th and 12th, right? Post 10th standard, means 10th grade. So what happened is I needed, or I just understood the fact that okay, now is the point that I have to take hold of myself. Means whatever parents say may not particularly apply to me at every point, just because of the fact that not that I'm mature enough to deal with everything, no, but I should be able to handle myself. Means take over my decisions, take over how I should behave. Means again, I should judge myself post 18 years of
Okay.
age, right? And there are still some points like finances, how to manage finances, right? 18 years is quite a bit of age, quite a age where you need to understand, okay, this is money, this is how you need to manage it, this is your life, this is a work-life balance. So you need to learn it from your parents. You can't do anything around that. So it's completely upon age and how you are biased, right? And how you're
Okay.
conditioned in your life. Take for example that you just asked uh, Sania, Shah. Yeah, you asked Sania regarding the fact that if your parents are criminals, right?
Yes.
It's very simple as that. If you're 6 years of age and your parents are criminals, you see them doing those stuff, and you're naturally conditioned doing it. You must have heard about a lot of actors who have been physically and mentally abused in their childhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? What happened? Post that, at 12 years of age, they were sent to rehabilitation centers, right? There they learned how to go about a life. Then they came to learn, okay, this is because why I suffered. Just because my parents did not condition it in a way that should be acceptable and how I can stand up for myself in a society. And a full
Very
stop.
good. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. I'll now move on to Shafi. Shafi?
I'm audible. Hi, ma'am.
Yes, you are. Can you introduce yourself and tell us what you did today, please?
Yes, sir. Hi everyone, I'm Chavi and I'm a first year student of CUE branch from Thapar Institute of Engineering College. My hobbies are that I love painting, art and craft, and I love traveling a lot. And I just love studying about astronomy. I have a great interest in astronomy and aviation even. And my strengths are that I am patient enough. My strengths are basically that I am patient and I am a hardworking person, and my weakness is that I'm an emotional person. I get attached to things very early. That's it.
Okay, very good. And what did you do today?
Yeah. So I started my day at 7. So I just woke up and did a 5-minute meditation, and then I did a half-hour workout session. And then from 8, my online classes started, and it went till 1. And then my previous 2 days were extremely busy, so I just relaxed today,
Oh,
and I
good.
did, I just enjoyed today, and then I just did video editing for 1 hour, and now I'm sitting here to attend this interview.
Very good. And what do you think about today's question?
According to me, life is, I guess, a precious gift given by our parents. Like, parents are the ones who have given us the identity, right? Parents have given us the identity. Now the question arises is, should we obey our parents or not? First of all, parents think the best for us, right? They'll never put us in a wrong way, right? Like, they don't want us to repeat the same mistakes they have made once in their life. So that's why they just advise us for everything. And many times people think that children can't be independent, children cannot become independent if they just listen to the parents each and every time. But I think one can, it's not about that you are obeying to your parents, then you'll not become independent. It's just that you are giving them the respect they deserve, right? Like, they love us more than we love ourselves. So that's why we should obey our parents. There may be some times that parents are unreasonable, or we are not agreeing to our parents. So I think at that time, instead of shouting back, we should talk to them. They'll surely understand us. And you said that what if parents are teaching us something wrong? I guess in that case, a child learn a lot of things from the society also. And as a child develops, he learns the skills to interpret things, right? He start interpreting things after some time. So according to me, this even helps a child to decide what's wrong for him or no. So
Okay.
I guess.
So don't worry, Christian, I'll continue with Sanya. Yeah, thank
Okay. So you, to conclude, Shabby, so you've moved on
Yeah.
from saying that you think that children should, take orders from their parents, and now you're saying kind of, but then as a child also learns, so they must also take charge. So where do you stand?
Now, I say that if a parent is teaching something right since beginning, the child interpret the things that way. They just get to know that yes, my parents are right, and inside we know that yes, we should obey our parents, right? Like, if we see our society, we know that, and after some time, if we start interpreting things, we get to know that our parents are teaching us something wrong. Then at that point of time, we should talk to our parents and tell that we are not with you in this thing,
Okay.
and just
So an
show the
open
disagreement.
relationship.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, well done, Shabby. Sanya, we'll move on to you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. So Sanya, can you introduce yourself and tell us what you did today, and we'll tackle today's question.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sanya Sachdeva. I belong to Ludhiana, Punjab. Also, I did my schooling from Ludhiana itself. and currently I am pursuing BE in Computer Engineering from Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala. Also, my hobbies are that I love painting and writing articles or poems. My strengths are that I am honest and perseverance. Also, my weaknesses are that I run after perfection every time. This was about my introduction. So, how was my day today? It was not a great day today because when I wake up today in the morning at 7 o'clock, I found that I had got fever today.
Oh
So,
no. Get well soon.
so after that, I took medicine and also I could not attend some of my classes. After taking medicine, I just slept and did nothing for the half day till 1 o'clock. After that, I attended my classes because I was feeling quite better. And my classes got finished at 5 o'clock in the evening. After that, I did some of my homework, but I could not do much today because I was not feeling great. So now I'm sitting right in front of you.
Very good. And thank you for joining us, even though you had fever today. So thank you very much. Okay. And what do you think about today's question?
Ma'am, I believe that obeying your parents is very important because, as they all mentioned, that parents are just next to God. They have provided us everything in this life. I'm sitting now right in front of you, sitting in such a good house, sitting in shelter, studying in such a good college. I have done so good schooling. This is just because of my parents, and obeying them will be a form of respect and love for them. Also, we have learned from our history. Uh, they have taught us many things that we should always obey our parents. Like you must have heard about Ramayana. It was
Mhm.
about it was the largest epic in our whole world literature. So in that, Lord Ram, he had obeyed his father and went to exile for 14 years, and he had to live in the forest for those 14 years, struggled for the every time. Also, he cooked his own food, lived in forest, and just being the obedient son, he had struggled so much. Also, I believe that it is very important to obey your parents because they have provided you everything that you are getting. If I would also, in some point of time, you realize that if you would have obeyed your parents, you wouldn't have faced this thing. Like in my case, I have experienced it myself. At some point of life, I realized that why hadn't I obeyed them? If I had obeyed them, I would have been at a much better place right now.
Okay.
Also, when it comes that sometimes there is a lot of generation gap between the parents and children. Also, the parents are like, I am in 20s and my parents are in 50s. They are much experienced than me. They have struggled a lot in their life. They know much better about this life than me. So I believe that I should always obey them. But in some point of life, yes, when I feel that because of the generation gap, they are not able to understand me. I consult my brother. He's also in the age of the 20s.
Oh, you bring in reinforcement.
Yes. Ma'am, sometimes he also gives advice to parents that, oh, it's okay in today's generation, so let her do that.
Okay, very good. Okay, so quite some different views from you all and how you handle this. We had Sanya, who believes very much in sticking to what her parents say, but then gets her brother along. Shavi also thought about, obeying, but then checking out what society says. And Kita very much the same. And Amritanshu was very, very categorical in what one should do. And he kind of shifted more towards once you're over the age of 12, start thinking for yourself and build your own opinions. So quite some interesting answers, guys. And I'd love to know the results from today. And I hope you have a good rest of the session, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Okay. So yesterday was